Okay, so now we'll see a game played between Grandmasters Ilieskas against Anand, and we'll see a short game less than 30 moves, and this is surprising because we'll see a Queen's Gambit accepted, and usually we don't see short games when we play a positional line like this. The thing is, Black had to defend in a standard position from this line. So, okay, Anand plays d takes c4. The Queen's Gambit accepted. It's also known from being too solid. I recommend it. Knight f3. So here let me tell you what happens after e4. This is one of the main lines. As Black we can try some counterplay in the center, playing e5. I also like knight f6. I know here White has a better center, but I also like the fact we have a powerful knight on d5, and this knight can't be pushed back by pawns. We can have a solid knight in the center for the rest of the game, so that would probably be the main line. And he can also try playing with knight f3. Anand plays a6. I think he's just playing a different move order. I don't think Black wants to play with b5, because if we play with b5, White usually plays a4, b3. He's putting a lot of pressure on the queen side, and he ends up getting his pawn back. Worst scenario, he gets a very good position with activity. So personally, when I play as Black, I try getting a solid position, get all my pieces out. I don't try winning material in the opening. Anand plays knight f6, bishop takes c4, and here we play the solid e6, blocking this bishop's diagonal. Of course, bishop e4 loses to bishop takes plus knight e5 check. Also queen b3 would be putting some pressure. We can just play e6. And regarding bishop c8, we can play b5 later, plus bishop b7, or b6 plus bishop b7. He castles, and I like c5. You're probably asking, why c5 and not b5? Well, b5, I like the move, but I prefer playing this if he has the knight on c3 already, because then I can win some tempos. Here if I play b5, he'll easily attack my queen side. I'll have a couple of weaknesses, so I'll play this later. Sometimes we have to delay great looking moves like b5. If, for instance, if he plays a4, he'll have some holes on the queen side too. So that is why I prefer this. He plays bishop b3, and again he's playing against b5. If, for instance, if we play b5 now, he plays a4. We can't win a tempo attacking his knight on c3, and he'll win a lot of squares, a lot of holes. I don't like this position for Black. We have to be careful when we advance our pawns, especially here, because we don't have the greatest development. That is why I like this knight c6. and white plays with queen e2. This is a standard maneuver. In this line, he's gonna try rook d1. Otherwise, if he plays something like this, we'll never take on d4. I mean, if we take, he takes back, and then his rook is too active. But if we play bishop e7 or queen c7, we know this rook on e1 is useless. We can also see that a move like d takes c5 is not giving much. I mean, we'll have an equal position. We can also play with the king in the center. The position has a drawish nature, and I bet we can also win as black because we have the king in the center. Thing is, white lost his opening advantage. So queen e2 is probably the best way if white wants more than equality. We take, and then he plays rook d1. If he takes, we can just play the solid bishop e7 here, but I also think we can just take. We win a pawn. If we play carefully here, we should keep the extra material. We castle soon, and then we have the extra pawn. So he plays rook to d1, and here we play bishop e7. Maybe the other move we can play is d3, but I mean, I don't want to help white. What I'm trying to say is, if I play bishop e7, he'll probably play e takes d4, and then he'll have an isolated pawn. That's what I want, because the isolated pawn is weak. And if he plays knight takes d4, he keeps on trading pieces, then he won't have many chances of getting the advantage. I know he'll take with the e-pawn, and this isolated pawn is probably a weakness, especially if we play an endgame. So that is why I'm not playing d3. I feel I'm helping white in that position. I like this knight a5. Here we'll see a couple of in-between moves before castling. Here we can also castle as black, but if we castle, he can try something like a3 plus bishop a2. So this is better. He plays bishop c2, and again, before castling, we play b5. See, Anand is playing a couple of moves to make sure we control the d5 square, and we have to do this in order to stop d5. As long as we blockade his isolated pawn, it's gonna be a weakness for the rest of the game. I think here white, he plays a passive move. He should have played a4, in my opinion. We play b4, and then he can try this plus this. I think this is equal. And I mean, chances for both sides. Knight c3, it's okay, but we can play b4 when he plays this. We play bishop b7, again making sure d5 is not possible. And here we'll see he starts attacking. He plays knight e5, and again, before castling, another nice move. Why rook c8 is a good move? Well, we can try trading pieces off with knight c4. In a lot of variations we can play b4, and some pieces are hanging. See, he plays a3 in order to play rook d3 plus rook e3. What happens if he plays rook d3 here? Well, b4, and then we can try something like this. That is why rook c8 is too powerful. I really like the way Anand played. I'm impressed. I would have castled before this, and now I understand all these moves. b5, knight a5, bishop b7 and rook c8. These moves were key to stop white's ideas. Maybe he'll try rook d3, but he's gonna waste a couple of tempos. He plays a3 first, and this is a clear rule. When we are defending or when we are playing against the isolated pawn, all we have to do is trade pieces off. If we get an endgame, the only one who is gonna be able to defend d4 is the king. So we have to trade as much as we can, and by playing knight c4 we also make sure bishop c1 can't move. He plays rook e3. Well, I guess rook h3 is not working. We just play queen takes d4. White, he can keep on sacrificing, but we'll always find a way. I mean, he doesn't have what we call a strong attack. He's just firing. And, well, rook e3. Here we have to be fearless. If we calculate, we see queen takes d4 is winning. Let us say queen takes d4 is not working, or queen takes d4 is not possible. Then the best we can do here is e6. But we are also helping white a bit, because he's happy to sacrifice there. So queen takes. We have to be fearless. We have to get used to calculating. Bishop h6. Another mistake by white. He had to take on c4. But okay, he's down a pawn. And here we probably have a winning position in the long run. We'll have to defend a bit, but the more we trade, the closer we are to win this. I understand if white tried to keep a sharp game, but we just take. And we take with the knight because we are trying to play knight e6 to close the king side. Rook takes e7 check. If bishop takes, we can just play knight e6. This concept is also useful when you have more material, or when you have a big material advantage. You can give some back and you're still winning. So rook takes e7, king h8, and he plays rook d1. Well, if rook e5, this looks like a winning move for white, because he's attacking on e5, and he also has bishop e7, but we have rook e8. This happens a lot. When your opponent is attacking and this attack is not working, suddenly you start the attack. And here if he takes on e5, well, he has such a weak king. This is absolutely losing. Same goes after queen takes e5. We also have tricks with knight e4 here. Rook takes e2 plus knight e4. That should be absolutely winning. So rook e5 is not working. Here we keep defending this knight on e5. And, well, here comes rook d5. Unexpected move. If rook e5, we have the same trick again. it is funny because rook e8 is the winning move, and I guess it's also the only move to stop bishop e7. So rook d5, trying to block this file, but we just take with the bishop. We cannot take with the queen, and we have to be careful because if we take with the knight, he's not gonna take here. He's gonna take on h7 first, and he has at least a perpetual check, and maybe more. Bishop takes, queen takes, e5, and here we have to be careful. He's somehow pinning the knight on f6, and the threat is rook takes h7. Our instinct tells we have to attack the queen, maybe queen c7, queen d6. The problem is he plays the in-between. Well, here he has the perpetual, but queen e5 wins. So we have to attack the queen and stop rook takes h7 at once. The only move to do so is bishop e4. And again, when you have more material, you can give some back. Here we sacrifice a piece, but we stop rook takes h7. We are also attacking his queen. Here white resigns because the best variation is queen takes, rook takes, well, knight takes, loses to rook takes c2, and the bishop takes. We play rook takes c3, and then we still win a piece. Unfortunately for us, knight takes plus rook c1 is not possible. Well, maybe it is. Now I see this. We have a deviation. Yeah, this is also winning. We just take the rook, and he has to resign. So I know this is a short game, but I just love the way black played before castling. Knight a5, b5, bishop b7, and rook c8. All these in-between moves, and I feel black knew he had a solid defense, a solid position, and when we know that, we have to let our opponent attack, because his attack is probably not working, and we win. So I guess that's all for this game. I hope this analysis was useful, and we'll continue analyzing in the next videos. Thank you. Hi, this is Grandmaster Damian Lemos. First of all, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to receive more free chess videos from us, you can just click the subscribe button below. I would also highly recommend signing up for my free mail course, the 10 Grandmaster Secrets to Dominate Chess. During this exclusive course from onlinechesslessons.net, I'll share with you my own Grandmaster shortcuts to effective attacking, defending, and growth hacks to improving your chess without complicated books or memorization. So sign up by clicking the sidebar on the right, and I know you won't be disappointed. Once more, this is Damian for onlinechesslessons.net, and I'll see you in my videos. Thank you.